Hello, I'm Allie,
I'm Deb.
and welcome to another episode of Connected Conversations. I'm curious, are you someone who, let's say, every few months, every fall, you happen to get sick? Do you suffer from migraines? Do you notice sometimes in your body when stress kicks up that you just completely shut down? I'm asking you those questions because our level of happiness, engagement, and fulfillment in our lives can also, I believe, be felt within our bodies. I know Deb can speak more, probably eloquently about this, being a Reiki master and dealing with a lot of energy. I just know for myself over my journey, I have ailed, supported losing allergies, losing weight, and just generally being able to sleep and not being an insomniac by supporting my health and my happiness and taking care of my body in such different ways. So if you're looking to increase happiness or change your lifestyle and you're like, where do I start? I think the physical body is a beautiful way to start because this vehicle, this body is the only one you get. This is it. We get one body, we get to take care of it, and it has so much to teach us. So, Deb, we're talking about happiness and health, and what does that mean? When we talk about this, what does it mean to
Mhm.
you?
Well, I think it's a huge important factor in all aspects, not just our physical health, but our mental health, our longevity. Studies have proven that happier people just live longer. But that's because they prioritize the health of their body. There's the mind, body, soul trifecta. But when you start to love your body, and in all those areas, you just increase your well-being. When you are in negative emotion, like you talk about the stress, like negative emotion causes dis-ease in our body. And our bodies tell us so many things, and it gives us an opportunity to look within to see what parts of us really need to be healed in order to have optimized mental and physical health. So I think it's hugely important. I think, if you've ever been, I don't know, depressed, anxious, any of those things, it really causes us to restrict. Our bodies restrict. And like, let's be honest, we've all had a Debbie Downer day. I can use my name as a joke. Where you didn't want to get out of bed, right? Like you were sad, lonely, whatever that is. You got some ice cream. You didn't even fuel your body well. But on the other hand, when you are excited, tend to want to do more, you want to explore more, you want to get curious, you want to move your body, you feel better about the choices that you're fueling your body with, like proper nutrition, diet, exercise, proper sleep, like you talked about, also hugely important. Most people who are stressed out aren't getting enough sleep, which doesn't optimize our energy levels. So I think we could go on. I could go on a huge rant all about this, but it's so vitally important. Your mindset and how you look at any situation affects how your body responds to any situation. And can you look at it from an opportunity in a stressful situation to find excitement? Anxiety, your body doesn't know the difference between anxiety and excitement. So if you can take a stressful situation and understand that your heart pumping, your palms are sweaty, and your breathing is shallow, that's just your body giving you more oxygen to succeed in whatever that is. It's giving you the resources to deal with whatever situation you're dealing with. So if you can embrace anxiety, stress as something as beneficial for you
Mm.
rather than something that's going to constrict you or challenge you or threaten you, then you will, and there's been so many studies shown that you will definitely harness a better result by looking at it as something that is benefiting you rather than like really constricting you.
Yeah, I'm slow. The first part to get into these peak experience, peak performance lifestyle struggle. And with that, it's a bit of stress. Like struggle isn't optional, it's necessary.
And the truth is, like, you're never going to get through life without struggle. Like, stress is a reality. And it's shifting your mindset to really embrace it rather than fear it. We fear change. There's stressful situations that you get sick, the death of a loved one, divorce, all these things happen. But along the way, like we've talked about before, can you harness the lessons and growth along the way? Everybody has the inner resources to deal with anything that is thrown at them, the inner resources. And that's not even taking into account your other resources, your friends, your support systems, whether it's a coach or whatever that is for you. But we really do all have the inner resources. You are not dealt with any hand that you cannot handle.
Totally. And so when we talk about our bodies, like how are we nurturing our bodies to take on these stress and struggles? So there's some clear indicators. We mentioned sleep. Usually with clients or people, I say like, well, how's your sleep cycles? Because quite simply, if you're not sleeping, the rest of life is a lot more difficult to get under wraps. So that would be the first thing, like looking at your sleep cycles to refuel your mind, body, spirit. And second of all, like I find even for myself, through COVID and now afterwards, like how can you move your body? And not these intense big workouts. Like those are great. I'm not saying that don't like lift the weights, do the workouts, though having consistent movement throughout your day so we're not stagnant beings. Because when we move our bodies, we're also moving energy and we're allowing ourselves to increase some endorphins, some dopamine, and that too helps with happiness. So I would say for your overall day, like if you want more flow, if you want more support in your life, like what does that look like? And how can you move your body throughout the day? And then nourishment is so key, like putting food into our mouth and what is nourishing for you and what do you want to go. So Deb, what would you say are some highlights for yourself?
I think all of those things. I think
Mhm.
also really taking time, a lot of people talk about meditation. That's important for me, just getting quiet. And it doesn't even have to be, I'm a 30-minute meditator. It doesn't have to be 30 minutes. It's taking 5 minutes just to get quiet with yourself. And it doesn't have to be in a meditative state, listen to some relaxing music just for 5 minutes. I think that really helps me. I don't start my day. That's how I like to start my day, just getting quiet and doing my gratitude and affirmations. Those are big for me, and I absolutely notice a difference when I've stopped and then started again. Being in a grateful mindset can definitely, over time, you're going to notice that you are just a happier person because you are finding gratitude in just the little things, the simple things, a warm cup of coffee. For me, it's like a sunny day today.
Hmm.
Having doing something nice for somebody, like sending a little message that just brightens their day. Those little things, although not always just for me, light me up and make me want to be a better person and make me a happier person because I can do those little things, making a cup of coffee for my partner. I love doing those things, those little things that can help. And in return, it's tenfold because I feel better, they feel better. So you're increasing the energy of the global planet. So that's also pretty key for me. So those things are something that I really like to incorporate, as well as all those other things that we've talked about.
The mindset, and when I talk to people, especially when I was making some major life changes, like what are you doing? I was like, oh, it's mindset. And they're like, no, like what are you doing? Yeah, it's mindset. It's one thing to be able to work out or eat food or whatever. However, it all starts with our thoughts. It starts with this new decision that we're going to make and move forward with. So, as much as I can attribute, yes, it was because I had consistency. I was eating differently. I was moving. I was doing affirmations. I was seeing myself differently. However, at the end of the day, it just took thought, my mindset to start switching to choose to do something different. So when I come to my body and like being able to like shape shift the way I look, it wasn't because I was doing all of these things. I truly started loving myself more, appreciating my body for where it was. And like they say, those affirmations, seeing myself, reading books that were helping me to be more of a growth mindset and not being stagnant of like, okay, this is where I'm at and that's where I'll always be. So that was really powerful.
I think those conversations that we have with ourselves are important. And you've talked about it. Like, how many thoughts do we have streaming through our head every day? And are we really being kind to ourselves? You make a mistake, and what do you do with it? You know, are you going to sit there and berate yourself for the next week or two, or just like re-envisioning that moment in your mind? Or are you just going to accept that you are a human being? You make mistakes and you either make amends to other people or even to yourself. Maybe, oh, I had 5 chocolate bars during the week and I only wanted to have one. Like, and then it's like that self-criticism that we often get caught in. So just being gentle with yourself, being compassionate. We are physical, spiritual beings in a physical realm, and doing the best that we can. And you always get the choice to redo. So I think, understanding that we are going to make mistakes, and those little moments, like even when you pass the mirror, it's like, oh, those 5 pounds, instead of saying, I'm working towards something great, I'm working on it. I'm a work in progress, and every day I'm getting better and better. And like you said, envisioning the person that you want to be, and on a continuous journey towards that. And there's no final destination. I think once you hit that one mark, it's going to be something else. So I think understanding that we are on this continuous journey of growth, and choosing happiness, choosing to love ourselves, choosing to be kind and compassionate, and really talk to ourselves and other people without judgment.
Yeah, I completely agree. And like loving your body for where it is and being happy with it, because again, like this physical body that you live in, we live in, it's only when you can start appreciating and loving it, there's a lot in the world that can start shifting. And then listening to your body, because that headache might be not because you always get headaches. Maybe it's telling you something like you're overthinking, or maybe you're not drinking enough water. So I think that there's like a few things that you could start looking at life and be like, okay, I'm going to treat my body differently and start listening.
Yeah, I'm a big proponent of, and I know I've talked about it before, Louise Hay, You Can Heal Your Life, and just really listening to, anytime I've gone to her dictionary of a physical ailment, let's say like a headache, what does that mean? Or, it gives you like I said, the opportunity to go within and just see, okay, what areas of my life are out of balance, maybe based on the headache or whatever that might be for you. But I'm a big believer that you can heal your life, and it doesn't necessarily have to be with Western medicine, although I'm not discouraging anything that anybody chooses. I just want to note that. But I am a big believer that any physical dis-ease starts with an emotion. And if you're willing to look, maybe there's other alternative holistic approaches that maybe you could take in addition to whatever you might be doing in the Western medicine world. So again, I'm not a doctor. I am not saying anything bad about Western medicine, but I am just such a big believer that our mind-body connection is huge.
100%.
So what are you going to do in the future for your happiness? Are you choosing happiness? Are you choosing to love yourself and love your body? Because it's all connected. And once you start, just small steps, moving your body more, drinking more water, proper nutrition, getting enough sleep, reaching out to friends, all that stuff, do it. Anyway, we hope you've found some tidbits or nuggets of inspiration in this episode. And please like, subscribe, and share. And we will be back next week with another episode of Connected Conversations. Have a great day, everyone.
Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed the show, please share with your friends and rate and recommend on iTunes or Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts. There will be links to more great resources in the description.